This is the truth sent from above, the truth of God, the truth of love. Therefore don't turn me from your door, but hearken all, both rich and poor. The first thing which I do relate is that God did man create. The next thing which to you I tell, woman was made with man to dwell. Then after this was God's own choice to place them both in paradise, there to remain from evil free, except they eat of such a tree. But they did eat, which was a sin, and thus their ruin did begin, ruined themselves, both you and me, and all of their posterity. Thus we were heirs to endless woes, till God the Lord did interpose, and so a promise soon did run, that he would redeem us by his Son. Those are the words of a favourite carol for choirs, often sung at Christmas and Epiphany, the so-called Herefordshire Carol. The mystery of the Epiphany is all about the search for truth, which will bring light and hope for all nations, the truth from above. It tells how the wise men, representatives of humanity, made a journey to the source of truth. It tells how dangerous the search for truth is, and how threatened by those intent on pursuing their own wicked plans to shore up their own power. The wise men, in fact, disobeyed and defied the oppressive king. They managed to escape his jurisdiction unmolested, without revealing the whereabouts of Jesus. As a new year begins, the world is still searching for truth and light. In a world that seems sometimes still to suppress truth and to make the search for it difficult. One of the vicars of Shipley in the 1870s, 80s and 90s, Henry Stephen Gorham, was an international expert on insects and in particular beetles. He wrote 3 books, 2 on the beetles or insects of South America, and all 3 are still in print as classic reprints, standard works. In these works he classified species and described species new to science at the time. So in fact, he spent a lifetime investigating and propagating truth. The truth of the universe, scientific truth. Yet all truth comes from above. God is the creator, so scientific truth, just like biblical truth or historical or economic truth, all has the same origin and validation. Truth cannot be denied. So Henry Gorham also searched for and propagated truth, both as an entomologist and as vicar of Shipley. Truth is truth. It's indivisible. Just as Henry Gorham found truth from above in the world of insects and beetles, so the wise men apprehended truth in the stars and planets of the universe. Both the wise men and Henry Gorham respected God's truth wherever it was to be found. Likewise, at this juncture, the world needs to respect truth. Truth about the virus, how it's transmitted, and how it can be overcome by vaccines, tests, and non-biological measures and restrictions. The world needs to respect the truth of how climate change can be minimized and lessened. And we need to respect the truth of equality, human rights, and human dignity, for which Archbishop Desmond Tutu contended, both as Archbishop and with the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Henry Gorham saw no distinction in his quest for truth as a zoologist and as vicar of Shipley. He dedicated his life to the pursuit of God's truth in all its forms. Only this way will light shine on a darkened world. From the moment of his birth, Jesus Christ was shadowed by the darkness of those who denied or refused the truth, from Herod to Pilate. But truth couldn't be overcome, and so we're here to worship the triumph of Jesus, the way, the truth, and the life, over the forces of those who deny God and his truth. The wise men stand for humanity in its fearless quest for truth, an imperiled quest, and one that some, like Herod or Pilate, want to close down because their interests might be threatened. And the gifts of the wise men witness to how much truth is valued and prized above all else. Without truth, there could be no wealth, no gold, no economic progress or justice. Without truth, there could be no myrrh, that is to say, no healing, no soothing of pain. And without truth, God is obscured, and worship, symbolized by incense, is undermined, and even persecuted and banned. So without truth, no well-being, no health, no knowledge and worship of the Creator. And let nothing impede our search for truth. Let us offer to Jesus Christ whatever is an obstacle to us finding the truth. It might be attachment to wealth or reputation. It might be false devotion to something other than God, or fear of discomfort of mind or body. Whatever it might be, let's offer it to Jesus Christ, who is the truth from above, and which he came to share. So as humanity finds itself setting out on the search for truth at the start of another year, let's pray that we will find the truth sent from above in all its many shapes and forms, and having found it, value it and live by it